Hi, welcome to our brand new AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner Practice Questions 2022. In this video we are going to discuss all the dummy questions of new AWS Certified Cloud Practitioner exam. And let's get started. Question 1. According to the shared responsibility mode, which security and compliance task is AWS responsible for? Now here are the options. Option 1. Updating operating systems. Option 2. Updating Amazon EC2 host firmware. Option 3. Encrypting data at rest. Option 4. Granting permissions to users and services. And the right answer is Option 2. Explanation. According to the AWS Shared Responsibility Model, AWS are responsible for security of the cloud. This includes updating the firmware of the EC2 host servers on which instances run. All of the other answers are incorrect as they represent security in the cloud, which is a customer responsibility. Correct. Updating Amazon EC2 host firmware is the correct answer. Incorrect. Granting permissions to users and services is incorrect as this is a customer responsibility. Incorrect. Encrypting data at rest is incorrect as this is a customer responsibility. Incorrect. Updating operating systems is incorrect as this is a customer responsibility. Question 2. How should an organization deploy an application running on multiple EC2 instances to ensure that a power failure does not cause an application outage? Now here are the options. Option 1. Launch the EC2 instances into different availability zones. Option 2. Launch the EC2 instances into edge locations. Option 3. Launch the EC2 instances into different VPCs. Option 4. Launch the EC2 instances in separate regions. And the right answer is Option 1. Explanation. If you have multiple EC2 instances that are part of an application, you should deploy them into separate availability zones, AZs. Each AZ has redundant power and is also fed from a different grid. AZs also have low latency network links, which is often advantageous for most applications. You do not need to deploy into separate regions to prevent a power outage bringing your application down. AZs have redundant power and grids, so you are safe deploying your applications into multiple AZs. If you split your applications across regions, you introduce latency which may impact your application. You may also run into data sovereignty issues in some cases. Deploying your EC2 instances into different VPCs is not required and would complicate your application deployment. Also, bear in mind that VPCs within a region use the same underlying infrastructure, so deploying into different VPCs may still result in your EC2 instances being deployed into the same AZs. It is a best practice to deploy into separate AZs. Correct. Launch the EC2 instances into different availability zones is the correct answer. Incorrect. The EC2 instances in separate regions is incorrect as described above. Incorrect. Launch the EC2 instances into different VPCs is incorrect as described above. Incorrect. Launch the EC2 instances into edge locations is incorrect. You cannot deploy EC2 instances into edge locations. Question 3. Which AWS service can be used to host a static website? Now here are the options. Option 1. Amazon S3. Option 2. Amazon EBS. Option 3. Amazon EFS. Option 4. AWS Cloud Formation. And the right answer is Option 1. Explanation. You can use Amazon S3 to host a static website. On a static website, individual web pages include static content. They might also contain client-side scripts. By contrast, a dynamic website relies on server-side processing, including server-side scripts such as PHP, JSP, or ASP.NET. Amazon S3 does not support server-side scripting, but AWS has other resources for hosting dynamic websites. Correct, Amazon S3 is the correct answer. Incorrect, Amazon EBS is incorrect as it cannot be used to host a static website. Incorrect, AWS CloudFormation is incorrect as it cannot be used to host a static website. Incorrect, Amazon EFS is incorrect as it cannot be used to host a static website. Question 4. Which AWS hybrid storage service enables a user's on-premises applications to seamlessly use AWS cloud storage? Now here are the options. Option 1. AWS Storage Gateway. Option 2. AWS Backup. Option 3. AWS Direct Connect. Option 4. Amazon Connect. And the right answer is Option 1. Explanation. AWS Storage Gateway is a hybrid cloud storage service that gives you on-premises access to virtually unlimited cloud storage. Customers use Storage Gateway to simplify storage management and reduce costs for key hybrid cloud storage use cases. These include moving tape backups to the cloud, reducing on-premises storage with cloud-backed file shares, providing low-latency access to data in AWS for on-premises applications, as well as various migration, archiving, processing, and disaster recovery use cases. Correct, AWS Storage Gateway is the correct answer. Incorrect, AWS Backup is incorrect. AWS Backup is a fully managed backup service that makes it easy to centralize and automate the backup of data across AWS services. It is not used for connecting on-premises storage to cloud storage. Incorrect, Amazon Connect is incorrect. Amazon Connect is an easy-to-use omni-channel cloud contact center that helps companies provide superior customer service at a lower cost. It has nothing to do with storing data. Incorrect, AWS Direct Connect is incorrect. AWS Direct Connect is a cloud service solution that makes it easy to establish a dedicated network connection from your premises to AWS. It is not related to storage of data. Question 5. What can be used to allow an application running on an Amazon EC2 instance to securely store data in an Amazon S3 bucket without using long-term credentials? Now here are the options. Option 1. AWS Systems Manager. Option 2. AWS IAM Access Key. Option 3. AWS IAM Role. Option 4. Amazon Connect. And the right answer is Option 3. Explanation. An IAM role is an IAM identity that you can create in your account that has specific permissions. An IAM role is similar to an IAM user, in that it is an AWS identity with permission policies that determine what the identity can and cannot do in AWS. However, instead of being uniquely associated with one person, a role is intended to be assumable by anyone who needs it. Also, a role does not have standard long-term credentials such as a password or access keys associated with it. Instead, when you assume a role, it provides you with temporary security credentials for your role session. Correct, AWS IAM role is the correct answer. Incorrect, AWS Systems Manager is incorrect. This service manages Amazon EC2 instances. Incorrect, Amazon Connect is incorrect. This is a contact center service. Incorrect, AWS IAM Access Key is incorrect. These keys are considered long-term credentials and therefore should not be embedded on EC2 instances in code. Using a role is more secure. Question 6. Which cloud architecture design principle is supported by deploying workloads across multiple availability zones? Now here are the options. Option 1. Automate infrastructure. Option 2. Design for agility. Option 3. Design for failure. Option 4. Enable elasticity. And the right answer is Option 3. Explanation. Amazon EC2 instances can be deployed in an Amazon VPC across multiple availability zones. You would then typically use an elastic load balancer, ELB, to distribute load between the available instances. This architecture enables high availability as if a single instance fails or if something fails that causes an outage in an entire availability zone, the application still has available instances to continue to service demand. Correct. Design for failure is the correct answer. Incorrect. Design for agility is incorrect. This is not an example of agility, it is an example of high availability and fault tolerance. Incorrect. Automate infrastructure is incorrect. This is not an example of automating. Incorrect. Enable elasticity is incorrect. This is not an example of elasticity. Elasticity would be enabled by using Amazon EC2 auto-scaling. Question 7. A cloud practitioner wants to configure the AWS CLI for programmatic access to AWS services. Which credential components are required? Select 2. Now here are the options. Option 1. A public key. Option 2. A private key. Option 3. An access key ID. Option 4. An IAM role. Option 5. A secret access key. And the right answer is option 3 and 5. Explanation. Access keys are long-term credentials for an IAM user or the AWS account root user. You can use access keys to sign programmatic requests to the AWS CLI or AWS API, directly or using the AWS SDK. Access keys consist of two parts: an access key ID, for example, the Kiosphone7 example, and a secret access key, for example, W. Jalarkshutfemi/K7Deng/B, PX, or FSI example key. Like a username and password, you must use both the access key ID and secret access key together to authenticate your requests. Manage your access keys as securely as you do your username and password. Correct. An access key ID is a correct answer. Correct. A secret access key is also a correct answer. Incorrect. A public key is incorrect. Public/private keys are used for encryption and are also associated with the key pairs used to authenticate to EC2 instances. Incorrect. A private key is incorrect. Public/private keys are used for encryption and are also associated with the key pairs used to authenticate to EC2 instances. Incorrect. An IAM role is incorrect. IAM roles are not used for configuring the CLI for programmatic access. They can be used for delegating access to AWS services and cross-account access. Question 8. Which AWS service should a cloud practitioner use to establish a secure network connection between an on-premises network and AWS? Now here are the options. Option 1. AWS Mobile Hub. Option 2. Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, VPC. Option 3. AWS Web Application Firewall, WAF. Option 4. Virtual Private Network. And the right answer is option 4. Explanation. AWS Virtual Private Network solutions establish secure connections between your on-premises networks, remote offices, client devices, and the AWS Global Network. Correct. Virtual Private Network is the correct answer. Incorrect. AWS Mobile Hub is incorrect. This service is used for building, testing, and monitoring mobile applications that make use of one or more AWS services. Incorrect. AWS Web Application Firewall, WAF, is incorrect. This service is used for protecting against common web exploits. Incorrect. Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, VPC, is incorrect. This is a virtual network in the cloud. You connect your AWS VPN to your Amazon VPC. Question 9. Which of the following tasks can a user perform to optimize Amazon EC2 costs? Select 2. Now here are the options. Option 1. Create users in a single region to reduce the spread of EC2 instances globally. Option 2. Create a policy to restrict IAM users from accessing the Amazon EC2 console. Option 3. Implement auto-scaling groups to add and remove instances based on demand. Option 4. Set a budget to limit spending on Amazon EC2 instances using AWS budgets. Option 5. Purchase Amazon EC2 reserved instances. And the right answer is Option 3 and 5. Explanation. Cost optimization can include using auto-scaling groups to scale the number of EC2 instances according to actual demand. Also, using Amazon EC2 reserved instances for suitable workloads is a good way of optimizing costs over the longer term. Correct. Implement auto-scaling groups to add and remove instances based on demand is a correct answer. Correct. Purchase Amazon EC2 reserved instances is also a correct answer. Incorrect. Create a policy to restrict IAM users from accessing the Amazon EC2 console is incorrect. This is not an optimization strategy, it will just prevent access completely, which could be going too far. Incorrect. Set a budget to limit spending on Amazon EC2 instances using AWS budgets is incorrect. You can use AWS budgets to notify you of spend but not to actually limit spend. Incorrect. Create users in a single region to reduce the spread of EC2 instances globally is incorrect. You cannot create users in a single region, all IAM users are global. Question 10. What is the function of Amazon EC2 auto-scaling? Now here are the options. Option 1. Automatically updates the EC2 pricing model, based on demand. Option 2. Scales the size of EC2 instances up or down automatically, based on demand. Option 3. Scales the number of EC2 instances in or out automatically, based on demand. Option 4. Automatically modifies the network throughput of EC2 instances, based on demand. And the right answer is Option 3. Explanation. Amazon EC2 auto-scaling helps you maintain application availability and allows you to automatically add or remove EC2 instances according to conditions you define. You can use the fleet management features of EC2 auto-scaling to maintain the health and availability of your fleet. You can also use the dynamic and predictive scaling features of EC2 auto-scaling to add or remove EC2 instances. Correct. Scales the number of EC2 instances in or out automatically, based on demand, is the correct answer. Incorrect. Scales the size of EC2 instances up or down automatically, based on demand, is incorrect. Auto-scaling adjusts the number of EC2 instances, not the size of EC2 instances. Incorrect. Automatically updates the EC2 pricing model, based on demand, is incorrect. Auto-scaling does not change pricing models. Incorrect. Automatically modifies the network throughput of EC2 instances, based on demand, is incorrect. Auto-scaling does not modify network throughput for instances. Thank you for watching this video. Please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.